Hi, and welcome to your workout of the day. So we are going to start with a nice and easy warm-up. We are actually going to review the air squat. So we're going to be going 2 rounds, 30 seconds of each of these, and our first movement is the air squat. So real quick review on the air squat. Okay, feet are going to be about shoulder width, toes slightly turned out. He's going to squat down. Key things, knees are tracking out over toes, and weight is evenly distributed on the foot. Okay, so just a quick review on that. We'll be doing that as our first exercise here in the warm-up, going through this 2 rounds, 30 seconds of each, and that's just the first movement. Okay, so we'll start here in 10 seconds with 30 seconds of air squats. Starting in 3, 2, 1, and squat. Warming up those legs, nice and easy, nice and gentle. Chest is tall, core is still strong, feet evenly distributed on the floor. The weight evenly distributed on the floor in your foot. Good. We have 10 more seconds here. Last 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. We're going to bring our feet wide. Toes are going to be flared out. These are called Cossack squats. And we're just going to go side to side. You control how far you go. Straight leg, toe up. Keep on rolling. Good. Couple more. Moving to the ground in 3, 2, 1. Go. We're going to go down dog, toe touches. You're going to be down here in this down dog position. Opposite hand to opposite foot. Reaching through so long as you're comfortable picking up that hand to release. If you're not, you're just going to stay down there in that down dog position. Otherwise, opposite foot, opposite hand. Good, bring your knees to the floor. We're going into bird dogs. Okay, maintaining a nice neutral spine. We're gonna extend out, hold, reset. So opposite arm and leg are extending out, reaching your hand away from your foot. Neutral spine, not letting anything move in the lower back or pelvis. Alternating sides, staying strong in the core. Good, next one is S-Mantis. I'm going to use Josh here as an example. He's going to lay down on the floor. One hand is going to go up his back while the other hand goes down. Okay, so one hand goes down, one hand goes up. He's going to sweep them around off alternating sides, keeping them as high off the floor as he can. Okay, forehead is on the floor. Just doing your best here. One hand goes up, the other goes back down. Good. Okay, then he's going to push up into a tall plank position. We got plank jacks next. So from here, we're just jumping jack with our feet out and in. Core stays tight. If this is too much, feel free to just hold in that plank position. Good, we got 5 seconds. 2, 1, then we're going to come up to standing. We've got high knees. Okay, so we're getting our knees up. Thighs parallel to the floor would be our goal here. If this is too much, you can lessen the angle of the knees, so just don't bring them up as high. You can just jog in place. Okay, that's totally fine. 3, 2, 1, moving into butt kicks. Trying to get those heels up towards the butt. Stretching the quads. Waking up the hamstrings. Good, we have 10 more seconds here. Just like the other one, if you need to just jog in place, That's fine. 2, 1. And we're going back to the top of those air squats. Remember, shoulder width of the feet, knees tracking out over the toes, chest is tall, weights evenly distributed in the foot. Nice and balanced. Good. 10 more seconds here. 2, 1. Moving into Cossack squats. Going down and up. Only go down as far as you're comfortable. Making sure this straight leg, that toe is pointing up. And that knee is not coming in like that. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Moving into bird dogs. On all fours. Opposite arm leg extend out. Reset. Good. Neutral spine. Hold for a count when you're out there. Really reach that hand away from your foot. 5 more seconds. Good. And we're going into an S mantis. Laying down on the floor. One hand goes up your back. The other goes down. Five seconds. Good, moving into plank jacks. More seconds. 3, 2, 1. Up on up to standing. We're getting that heart rate involved now. Getting the blood pumping. High knees. Good, 15 seconds. 10. 3, 2, 1. Butt kicks. Seconds. 10. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent work. All right, go ahead and grab a drink if you need to. And then we're going to get into our first section, which will be teaching a hinge pattern. We got a delayer, that worked. The warm-up worked. I can do it. All right, so we want to make sure that we teach you guys something during these during these workouts, okay? So today, or last time we taught the air squat, this time we are teaching the hinge pattern, okay? So the hinge pattern we use all the time, we use daily. So it's super important. It's one of those fundamental movement patterns. Do you have anything to add, Josh?
Difference from the hinge to a squat. You could think of a squat as being fairly anterior, so front side of the body. Leg push. Hinge is going to be posterior side, so back side of the body. So hamstring, glutes, and back.
Yeah, so we're going to teach you guys how to hinge, and we're going to be starting with something called a good morning. So the mechanics of the hinge, first off, we're going to start down here at the feet. So unlike the squat, his feet are actually going to be directly underneath his hips. Okay, so it's a little bit narrower position here, and his toes are going to be actually pointed forward. Okay, go ahead and turn to the side. So then from here, he's going to put his hands behind his head. Okay, these are called good mornings. And then from here, he's going to push his hips back as his chest comes forward. Okay, pause for a second. Okay, so right here, what I'm looking for is there's a straight line all the way from out your head, all the way out your tailbone here. Okay, so it's a nice straight line. He's maintaining a nice solid back position. To come back up, he's going to squeeze his glutes, and he's going to come back up. Okay, so your glutes extend the hip. So when he's here in that flex position, he's going to squeeze those glutes, and it'll help bring him back up. Along with the hamstrings, the rectors here in the back are stabilizing and holding that position, and the core is also staying tight when he is there too. Okay, so one other thing, we want a soft bend in the knees as you hinge forward. Go ahead. So notice how his knees have a soft bend into them. No need to lock them out, but then we're also not bending more. Go ahead and just do good ones. Thank you. So just keep going. So just a soft bend here. Go ahead and squat. So we're not doing a squat. We're not bending too much here. Okay, so we're not bending too much. Okay, and then we're just not doing a stiff legged where our knees are locked. Okay, so and the other thing, yes, is we're not rounding our back. Okay, so that is the key thing here. We're learning how to maintain a stable spine while pivoting at the hip joint. Okay, so he's pushing his hips back, loading the glutes and hamstrings, contracting to come back up. Okay, so we're going to be learning that movement today. You're going to be doing your best to follow along with those cues. We're going to start out with 2 different variations, and then we're going to intensify it. Okay, so we're going 4 rounds, 30 seconds of each movement, with a 30-second break. Okay. All right, so we'll start here in 10 seconds. We're just doing those good mornings here. We'll start here in 10. I lied. It was like 12 seconds. Okay, so just a good morning position. Hands are behind head. 2, 1, and push those hips back. Chest comes forward. Stretch out those hamstrings. Squeeze the glutes to come back up. Stretch and squeeze. Okay, so we're activating that posterior chain, keeping the core tight here. Okay, so if I were to come sock you in the stomach, it doesn't go straight to the guts. So brace here with the abdomen as well. Good. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, and rest. Good. We're going to be doing another round of that. Okay, so rest, shake it out. If you need to grab a mirror, whatever you need. We're doing another set. Starting in 15 seconds. 10. Good mornings. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Same thing as last time. We're just hinging there at the hips. Okay, we really wanted to teach you guys something during these days of fitness. The hinge pattern is essential. Halfway. Keeping the core strong. The rectors in the back are stabilizing. Okay, there's no change here. No movement in the back. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. So, for those of you who are still want to just work on this movement pattern, you can stay there. If you would like to intensify it, I'm going to give you the option to now extend your arms out in front. Okay, so it's going to look like this. Okay, so now I'm reaching my arms out in front. I'm adding more shear force to this position by extending my arms out. Really keeping my core strong now. Okay, so when I reach far away. Okay, so just intensifying that movement. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Reach. Good. Back in. Really keep that core strong. Good. 10 more seconds. and then we have one more round of that, okay? You guys can see Josh is doing a little bit different variation as me. Both are fine, okay? So here, okay, or if you want to bring your hands back in as you're extended and then come up. Either way is fine. We're starting here in 10 seconds. All right, last set of these. 2, 1, and begin. Reach. Make sure that back is flat. Really reach your fingers away from your hips. 15 seconds. Keep the core braced. Really stay strong in the abs. Good. 5 more seconds. And relax. Good. All right, grab a drink, whatever you need before we get into our next part. That is going to be your conditioning piece for today. So we have 4 rounds of this. We have 40 seconds of work, followed by 20 seconds of rest. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different movements. Okay, the first movement is a bear crawl shoulder tap. Okay, so you're going to come on down to the floor into what we call the quadruped position, okay? So quadruped position is on all fours, knees are stacked underneath hips, and then what he's going to do is lift his knees up, okay? Lift up, he's maintaining a nice neutral spine here. He's protracting his shoulder blades, so he's pushing his hands into the ground rather than being in a lazy scat position. Good, okay, so it's an active position here. So this might be where you're at for today. If you would like to intensify it, we're going to be going bear crawl shoulder taps. Okay, so he's going to come into the quadruped position or the bear crawl position. He's going to release one hand, touch the opposite shoulder, nice and slow and controlled. Okay, so if you look here, I put my little timer there, but nothing is moving in the hips. Okay, so you are using your core here to hold that position there. All right, so when you're doing those shoulder taps, we're strengthening the shoulders, staying locked there, working that shoulder stability, and then the core being able to not allow your hips to move during that movement. The second one he's going to flip onto his back is a glute bridge walkout. So he's going to bridge his hips up, and then he's going to walk his heels out till about they're straight. And then he's going to walk them back in. Good. Okay, so the goal here is to keep your butt up the whole time, squeezing through the glutes. As he extends out, you're going to find this more and more intense in your hamstrings. Okay, so the farther you go out, the more hamstring is incorporated in this movement. Okay, so if you need to scale back, just don't go out as far. Okay, the next movement is alternating side lunges. Okay, so his feet are going to be together, and then from here, he's going to lunge out to one side. Knee tracks out over toes, feet are going to come together, and then he's going to go to the other side. Good, alternating sides. Keeping the chest tall. Notice this knee, the straight leg knee lunge, okay, is here. Don't let it come in. He can't even do it. So don't let that knee come in. Josh is unable to perform it the incorrect way, but this kind of action, okay? So really, I like to keep my toe up. That really prevents that from happening. All right, the second to last one is a plank walk-up. Okay, so he's going to go back to that plank position, and he's going to move from his hands down to his elbows, and then he's going to come back up. Okay, when he does this, he puts his elbows where his hands were, and then he comes back up. He moves his hands to where his elbows were, okay? Maintaining a nice strong position in the plank. Can you not move your hands? Okay, so we're not doing this, okay? So we're actually moving. If you guys need to modify that, you are just going to hold a plank. And don't forget, you can always drop to your knees if you need to on any of these. The last one is a wall sit, okay? So he's going to come over here to our really large wall and do a wall sit, okay? So hands are off the thighs, And we're looking for a 90-degree angle here, and that thighs are parallel to the floor, okay? Wall sit, that's gonna be everyone's favorite. All right, so 4 rounds through that, we got 40 seconds of work, followed by 20 seconds of rest. We're gonna start up at the top with the bear crawl, shoulder taps. All right, starting in 10 seconds. Bear crawl, shoulder taps, here we go. On all fours, 2, 1, and go. Pick the knees up. They stay nice and close to the floor. Don't let your hips shoot up, and don't let them rock back and forth. I always do an analogy. I don't know where it came from, but if you had a bucket of scorpions on your back, you wouldn't tip it over. You get scorpion. Good, we're over halfway. We've got 15 seconds left. Nice and controlled. Look at your knees. They should not be moving. Hold it. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Next one is the glute bridge walkout. So on your back, here, starting in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Hips come up, and then walk your heels out all the way if you can. Only going as far as you're comfortable, and then walking them back in towards your hips. All the way out. Feeling it in the hamstrings. Woo! And then walking back in. Halfway, guys. Keep your core tight throughout all this. Don't lose the tension there in your core. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Up to standing, we have alternating side lunges. Start here in 10 seconds. All right, side lunges here in 3, 2, 1, and go. Side lunge out, bring it back to center. Remember, you control the depth here, so only go down as far as you're comfortable. Halfway. Good job. We got 10 seconds left. Woo. Good. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Next up, we have plank walk-ups. Coming down to your mat, or your floor, your kitchen, wherever you are. I would recommend a mat for this. Something. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Okay, hands come where elbows were, and back down. Tall plank to elbow plank. Try and pay attention to what the hips are doing. Try not to let them rock back and forth. Stay strong in the core. Remember, if this is too much, you can just hold a plank for the full time. All right, here we go. We got 10 seconds left. Alternating sides. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Wall sits are next. Over to your wall, or in our case, the rig. We'll start in 10 seconds. 30 seconds. My favorite. 2, 1, and go. Wall sits. Okay, make sure that whole back is against the wall. Tightening up the core, pressing that whole back into it. Woo! And then just get comfortable. Being uncomfortable. Don't breathe to breathe. Just cross the halfway point. You got it. Bear crawl shoulder taps. See you later. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go. Nice and strong in the core here. Lots of core work today. Lots of stabilization core muscles being activated in today's workout. Don't forget to breathe. Good. Here we go. We got 10 more seconds here. Don't start letting those knees creep up. You got it. Keep them close to the ground. 3, 2, 1, and rest. That's more of a quad burn than anything after these wall sits. All right, on our backs, getting away from the quads, hitting the other side. Okay, mid-range walkouts. Alrighty, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and bridge those hips up. Walk your heels out. Nice and little steps. Only going as far as you're comfortable, then bring it back in. Keeping those hips up the whole time, squeezing the glutes. Good job. Woo! Halfway. Try not to let your butt touch the floor. It might have just touched. Good. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Alternating side lunges. Back up to standing. Starting in 10 seconds. We lunge into each other. He owes me a Coke. 2, 1, go. Alternating sides. Make sure that straight leg, that knee doesn't come in. That leg straight. I like to bring my arms out as a counterbalance. That's halfway. Good job. We got 10 more seconds here. Woo. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Good. We're going down to the mat for plank walk-ups. Working the shoulders here as the core. All right, shoulder plank walk-ups in 3, 2, 1, go. Here we go. Don't let those hips move. Down and up. Almost there, we're over halfway. 15 seconds. Woo! Five seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent work. Moving to the wall. For the wall sit. Alrighty, wall sit. Once we finish this, we're halfway. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, wall sit. Thighs parallel to the ground is our goal here. Nice work. Woo-wee! 20 seconds. 15. Keep breathing. We've got 10 more seconds. Almost there. You got this. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Shake those legs out. We're starting our round 3. That is the halfway point. We're going into the home stretch. Starting back at the top with shoulder taps. Alrighty, shoulder taps in 3, 2, 1, and go. Try not to let the knees rock back and forth. Keep them close to the ground. An inch, 2 inches, not very high. Remember, you can just hold in this quadruped position if this is too much. Woo! This is a quad burner. Quad and core. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Wow. Okay, on our backs. Working the other side of our legs. The glute bridge walkout. Alrighty, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and hips up. Walk it out. Walk it out. Got wraps on. Woo. Just walk it out, that's how it goes. And walk it out. Good, halfway. Seconds. Woo. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Hips come down to the floor. Woo. Alternating side lunges are next. Back up to standing. Starting in 10 seconds. Alrighty, here we go. Alternating side lunges in 2, 1. Go. Pushing yourself back up. Don't fall over. Nice job. 20 seconds to go. Ten more seconds. Excellent. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Down to the mat, plank, walk-ups. Woo! Only have one more round after this. All right, plank walk-ups. Here we go in 2, 1. Go! Try and keep those hips neutral. Here we go. 10 more seconds. Woo! 3, 2, 1, and rest. Over to the wall. Walk third. Alrighty, wall sit. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go! exercises. You can do it. Let's finish strong. Yeehaw! All right, ready, set, go! Okay, for all shoulder taps. Last time with these. Make sure knees stay underneath hips. I don't have to let them move a whole lot. Nice and controlled. Neutral spine. Core is engaged, stabilizing here. Good. We only got 15 seconds left. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Excellent work. Let's flip onto our backs. Glute bridge, walkouts. 10 seconds. All right, here we go. Starting here in 3, 2, 1, and go. Hips up. Walking the feet out. Good, and back in. Only go as far as you're comfortable. Keeping the abs engaged. Maintain a neutral spine. Nice job. We're over halfway. We only have 10 seconds left. Keep those glutes engaged. Hips are up. You can do it. Last 5 seconds. You got it. You got it. 2, 1. Rest. Good. Sit on up. Side lunges are next. Woo, we're getting there. 10 seconds. You guys are doing awesome. I know it. We don't have any music. 2, 1, go. You do. Alternating sides. Seconds. Good. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, we got plank walk-ups and wall sit. That's it. You can do it. Last round. Woo! Alrighty, plank walk-up, starting in 3, 2, 1, and go. Here we go, last one of these. Don't forget to breathe. Here we go, 15 seconds. Don't let those hips move. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Wow. All right, wall sit. Woo, this is it. Okay, wall sitters, here we go. Doing it together. 3, 2, 1, go. We're doing it together. Good job, guys. Let's finish strong. Halfway. Home stretch here. Woo-wee. All right, here we go. Last 10 seconds. No giving up. You got this. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. There you go. Nice work. All right, shake those legs out. We still have one more thing, so grab a drink if you need one. called a Jane Fonda. Bringing back the Jane. So, the Jane Fonda is going to be working the glute medius, okay? Muscle here in the hip. Helps with knee stabilization, helps with hip stabilization. So we're going to be working that muscle. So, with the Jane Fonda, the position that we're aiming to maintain is here on the floor. Okay, so he's going to be laying on his side. His top elbow is going to be on the floor. What that does is shifts the top hip over the bottom hip. I don't know if this makes sense, but it makes sense to me. If you have lasers shooting out the front of your hips, okay, his laser on the top hip is going to be shooting down to the floor rather than up to the ceiling and out front, okay? So lasers down. Lasers down. There's an Austin Powers reference in there somewhere. Anyway, so this is the position he's going to maintain for each one of these exercises. Okay, so I want you to lay on the floor, lay on your side. You can rest your head on your bottom arm. Top elbow on the floor. We're going to be going 20 seconds of each of these positions. Josh was already hinting at the first one. Alrighty. Assuming the position. Right, we're going to start in 10 seconds. Laying on your side. The first movement is going to be a toe down, heel up, tap down. Ready? Go. So top elbow down, top hip over the bottom hip, toe down, heel up, we're tapping up and down. Lifting up halfway. Good. 3, 2, 1. We're going to knee to chest. Knee to chest. Keeping those feet apart as you kick your leg back out. Knee to chest and back out. Good. Keeping that top elbow on the floor. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Heel to butt. This is the third one. We got one more after this. Heel to butt here, making sure you're keeping distance, knee to knee. Good. 2, 1. Last one is circles. Circles. I don't care which direction. Just keep your leg up and do circles. Here we go. We got 10 more seconds. You can do it. Circles, squares, whatever's happening. You got it. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. We're gonna rest and you're gonna flip over. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Okay, assuming the position, top elbow on the ground. We're gonna start here in 5 seconds with toe down, heel up taps. 2, 1, and go. Toe down, heel up. Tapping up and down behind the bottom leg. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Knee to chest. Bring it in, kick it back out. Woo, yeah. We got 10 more seconds here. 3, 2, 1. Pupa. More seconds. 3, 2, 1. You know what's next. Circles. Woo, yeah. Big as you can. And you got it. Josh's circles are way bigger than mine. 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Rest. Okay, we're flipping back over. We got one more round. We're gonna hit each side one more time. Woo, yeah. 10 seconds. Now you guys can progress this. This is 20 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and go. You guys can progress this to 25 seconds, to 30 seconds. Have fun with it. Everyone loves Jane. Or everyone loves Dane. 2, 1, knee to chest. My name's Dane. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and heel to butt. Nice job, you got this. 10 more seconds, heel to butts. 2, 1, and circles. You got it. Keep that top elbow down on the ground. Don't let it lift up. You got 10 more seconds. All right, I'm gonna make my circle bigger. Come on. Woo! 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Yeah. Okay, other side. Oh. Alrighty, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and go. Toe down, heel up. Calf and up and down. Yow! Three, 2, 1, knee to chest. Nice job, 10 seconds. And circle, heel to butt. Let's skip to the butt. Job, 2, 1, circles. All right, this is it. All we have left after this is stretching. You got this. Come on, high circles. Get them up. 3, 2, 1. Woo! Can't say my circles are very high there. All righty. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is stretch it out. All right, so following along. All right, we're gonna start in a child's pose. So child's pose here. Okay, I want you guys to shift your hips to the right, walk your hands to the left. So now we're feeling this more in the side body and the lats. Okay, we're gonna walk back center, and then hips go to the left, hands to the right. Walk back center. On up to all fours, we're gonna go 10 cat-cows. So I want you guys to inhale. Inhale, come into a cat. Exhale, cow. Inhale, expanding in the rib cage behind you, on your back. Cow. Cat. Exhale. Extend. Inhale, flex the spine. Exhale, extend. Good. Halfway. Inhale, flex. Exhale, extend. Nice and slow. 4 more. Inhale, rounding out that upper back. Exhale, belly button to the floor. Good. 3 more. Inhale, feeling that in the upper back as you finish that. Inhale, exhale, extend. 2 more. Last one. Let's do the big inhale here. And everything out on that position. Good. We're going to come down to a seated position. We're going to stretch the glutes now that they've cooled down there for a sec into figure 4. Good. From here, you're going to drop that foot, hug your knee. Then we're going to go into a nice and gentle spinal twist, just wringing it out. When you guys do this, think about reaching your head up to the ceiling. Nice and gentle. Let's take a full breath in here. Big inhale into the belly. And exhale. Switching sides. Ow. Figure 4. Feeling those Jane Fondas or Jane Fondas. Not approved. Good, then from here we're going to drop that foot, hug our knee. Still feeling this here in the glute. Good, then from here we're going to go into a spinal twist. Forehead to the ceiling. Big inhale into the belly. And exhale. Come on out of that. From here we're going to go into a straddle position. So legs are nice and wide. And then we're just reaching forward. We'll be here for a full minute. Cross our legs if we can. We have one more stretch. We're just going to finish with the shoulders. Stretching those deltoids. All those plank walk-ups. And switch sides. Excellent. Shake those arms out And then we're gonna go one last thing. Big breath of air in, up, overhead with the hands. Full inhale. And then a full exhale, let it all out. Nice work today, guys. I know you did awesome out there. And we'll see you next time.